Hello from the Rocket Marching Band home office in Toledo, Ohio. I'm Dr. Andrew Rhodes, Associate Director of Bands and Director of Athletic Bands here at the University of Toledo. Spring is here, which means preparations are underway for another exciting fall on the Glassbowl and beyond. It's also a time when you, your family, and other prospective members likely have a number of questions about the ins and outs of the U Toledo Rocket Marching Band and how you can get involved. Fortunately, our recruiter also happens to be an R&B alum. Over to you, Delaney.
Hello, my name is Delaney Carnes. I am the recruiter for the Rocket Marching Band at the University of Toledo. I'm here today to share some information and answer a few of the most frequently asked questions about the band. I'll share my contact information at the end of the presentation if you have a question that I didn't answer. Will I have enough time to participate in marching band as a freshman? Yes, you will. Students and families are often really nervous about the time commitment, but it seems a lot scarier than it actually is. You will rehearse Tuesday through Friday for 2 hours a day in the afternoon. And about half of the weekends in the fall semester, you will either be performing at a home game or you'll be traveling with the band. Rehearsal time also usually doesn't conflict with classes. Students in the R&B have a priority registration, allowing them to schedule classes early in order to avoid any class conflicts. Do I need to be a music major to march in the band? You don't. There are people from just about every major in the band, and the largest percentages of students actually come from the colleges of engineering and health and human services. Do I need to audition to get into the band? Yes, you do. Auditions are required for all sections of the band: brass, woodwinds, drumline, color guard, feature twirler, and the dancing Rockettes. Right now, all auditions are going to be submitted via video online. You can visit utoledo.edu/bands/ourbands/marching for more details. How many people are in the band? The Rocket Marching Band is made up of between 200 to 250 members. What does it cost me to be in the band? Your cost for participating in marching band is very minimal. You are responsible for the cost of basic supplies, so shoes, uniform polo, t-shirt, gloves, and lyre. And then members of the color guard and the dancing Rockettes have additional costs associated with those auxiliary units. How much does travel cost? All travel expenses are paid for by the band, including transportation, housing, and meals. If there is a meal that you will not be eating with the band, a stipend is provided. Do you travel to all away games? The R&B tries to travel to at least one away game each season. For example, if the Bowling Green game is at BG, the band will travel there. In the past, the band has traveled to Cincinnati, Chicago, Indianapolis, and other exciting places for away games. I'm actually from Chicago, and when we went, I was very excited because the band was on my turf for a change, and I was able to show them all around. So we've had a lot of really cool experiences in many different places outside of Ohio. What does band camp look like? Band camp occurs the week before classes start. The first 2 sessions are only new members and staff. During these sessions, you will meet the drum majors and section leaders and learn our marching basics. During the last session of that day, the veteran members will join. By that time, you'll be better marchers than them because you'll have been marching all day and they haven't marched all summer. Where will I stay during band camp? If you will be living in a residence hall, you will be able to move into your room early. The cost of on-campus early move-in is covered by the university bands. What style of marching will I use in the Rocket Marching Band? You will primarily use a roll step technique, often referred to as corps style marching. What types of music will I perform in the Rocket Marching Band? In our pregame show, which is the same at each game, you will perform many traditional patriotic and school songs. For halftime shows, you will perform a wide range of musical styles and genres, from classical to rock, Latin to jazz, and everything in between. How many shows do you perform a season? The pregame show is the same for all home games, and we have a different halftime show for each game, so 5 to 6 depending on the season. Can I borrow an instrument? We have a limited number of instruments that can be borrowed for the season. When you fill out the intent to march form, be sure to mark that you will need to use a school instrument. Does music have to be memorized? The music in our pregame show must be memorized. As for halftime shows, music is usually memorized, unless there is a quick turnaround between games. That decision is up to band staff and section leaders. What percussion instruments are in the Rocket Marching Band? The band marches snares, tenors, basses, and cymbals. We do not use pit percussion. The snare line uses traditional grip. Are there scholarships? Any student involved in a performing ensemble, including the Rocket Marching Band, can audition for a music department scholarship. All right, well, thank you for watching this video. If you are ready to submit your audition, head to the band website listed here. You'll be able to fill out the intent to march form giving us your information and find instructions on how to submit your auditions. If you have any questions that I didn't cover today, please reach out to me and I'll make sure to answer those for you. Stay safe and go Rockets!